1, 2, 3. Iowa. Okay, a lot of people were having a little bit of issue with that one. I-O-W-A.
Mi nombre es Paula Ángela López Espinosa y soy nacida en Ciudad Juárez.
When Paola's parents moved to El Paso, she started middle school not knowing a word of English.
Go bananas, miss.
Go bananas to go crazy.
It was like really scary because I didn't understand anything.
Hey, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while.
Juan Martinez knows firsthand what Paola went through.
All right, everything is taken care of?
Martinez first came to the U.S. from an extremely impoverished town in Mexico. As his peers at El Paso High were picking out colleges, he couldn't even read.
I was 16 when I came to El Paso.
And you didn't know any English?
I did not speak English at all.
How was that?
Well, you can just imagine being in a classroom that you do not understand 99%.
Martinez was an ESL student, a label that means English as a second language, but he pushed himself to graduate from UTEP with a Master of Education degree.
¿Cómo le digo? ¿Todo bien? ¿Todo bien en la escuela?
Martinez, who once seemed destined to fail, is now the superintendent of the Clint ISD.
Como, like on a sentence.
If I was able to do it, a kid with basically such a low socioeconomic status, single mom, raised by grandma, poverty that no one is as poor as I grew up here in this country. And I was able to accomplish what I have accomplished. They can do it too. They can accomplish even more things. And that is the whole goal, is to focus on them and their success in the future.
Good morning. I was trying to follow up a little bit on the bilingual students at your school.
Region 19 Executive Director Armando Aguirre says anywhere from a third to half of all students in the Tornillo, San Elizario, and Clint school districts don't have a strong foundation in English and are in ESL classes. Yet the state will still hold them responsible for getting students to pass their grade level and state exams, or face penalties.
They need to learn all their content in every area, to include math, science, social studies. And then you have the idea of having to learn a second language on top of that. And so it's a very difficult task. I mean, it's a doable task.
In Clint, Martinez says the entire district's performance in reading, math, science, social studies, and writing is 10% lower than it would be because so many students have limited English proficiency.
But that should not be the determining factor for a student to succeed in life or not. A test will not determine their future.
When you do a comparison of bilingual students from
Region 19 is overcoming the odds, outperforming the state's average for Spanish-speaking students in nearly every category.
that speaks highly of the work that's being done and in districts like Tornillo, Clint, but also El Paso ISD, as well as that in Socorro.
If I told you you missed the boat, it's not real, right? There's no boat. So what is an idiom?
Aguirre says teachers are trained to progress slowly.
Marcos does not have a partner.
In elementary school, more of the instruction will be in Spanish, so students can understand the subject matter. A smaller portion of the day is taught in English, so they can learn the language. That method is flipped in high school. Most of the day is spent in English, then follow-up on what they learned is in Spanish. By using both languages, these students won't fall behind their classmates.
Teaching a room packed with ESL students wasn't giving Clint's Ricardo Estrada Junior High results. So they put in two instructors, one to teach and one to provide personal attention. That way they can ensure they're not just mimicking, but comprehending.
It took Paola just a year to learn English.
Pero like, ¿cómo la hacemos complete?
As a ninth grader, she's even enrolled in AP classes, including AP English.
It was hard, pero I'm getting there.
Ashley Rodriguez, ABC 7.
Whatever page.